Welcome to the Switchaboo podcast. Today I'll be your host, Nathan Rudge, and joining me is Jake Mounsey.
Hey, we took over the podcast again.
Yeah, this is ours. Like we said, it's our podcast.
I'm going to promote myself to co-host from now on.
I will accept this promotion.
As long as I don't have to do anything.
Yes. So you're doing what I did when I became co-host.
Yeah. It's a title that I can just
Yes.
hold over people.
Yes. Until Alex comes back and then I become co-host.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, change jobs. It's normal. That happens.
We'll kick you out. You get demoted. But that's the thing. That's if he can, hijack it back. I saw Alex's in the podcast thing.
Yeah. So he is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what have you been playing this week, Jake?
What have I been playing? Not much, actually. I've been, super busy with a lot of stuff. But, I don't just want to go, hey, this is what I've been streaming. I don't want, the podcast to just be, hey, promote me.
This is
so,
is my stream.
Yeah, because, I feel like I'm taking over with, my own promotion, and I hate it. But, so, other than, that, I've been messing around with, I've immediately forgotten what the game was called. Riff Racer.
And how's that?
Riff Racer is pretty fun. Do you know the game Audio Surf that came out, I think a decade ago at this point?
I think so.
Yeah,
the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, basically it's a PC game where, you stick your, stick a song from your, your song list in, and it automatically, it creates a track and you, drive around in it. And, yeah, it's kind of like that, except, Audio Surf had, this weird Tetris kind of, aspect to it, where, to the beat, you're supposed to collect, colored blocks, they line down in a row, you get, you get points or whatever. Riff Racers just drive good to the beat of the song and you do good, get points. Yeah. So it's kind of what Audio Surf was supposed to be, really.
So it takes the good part and removes the fluff.
Yeah, it removes the weird bits. So yeah, it's just you speed up, go over ramps and do tricks and shit to the beat, and it's really good. It is really good, but a game being all about using an AI to generate a track based on how a song sounds. Sometimes it does it really good, but sometimes it does it it doesn't translate it well.
Now, is this on Steam you've been playing, or what?
Yeah, I've been playing it on Steam.
Yeah.
Because, so with how, the game is, where it's all about taking your songs.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit hard on console, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like I was saying, it sometimes has, trouble differentiating, different songs and what they should, feel like when driving to the track. I think the best song that I used for this was the Yakuza subway station or whatever it's called from the Hat in Time DLC. That's really good. The AI did that one really good. Then I tried Brain Power by Noma.
Oh boy.
That was according to the AI, that is a 1-star difficulty track, as opposed to, something difficult like it should be. So it's kind of all over the place. But when it gets it right, it is so good.
How does it work with Power Metal?
With Power Metal, I haven't actually tried. I should do that.
Try out some Universe on Fire?
Yeah, because mainly I was trying to okay, how does it translate songs that are already part of rhythm games? So,
that's fair.
Yeah, the majority of the songs I did were, No Straight Roads, because you know how much I love that game.
Yeah.
It's so good.
a great game.
Yeah. When are we getting DLC? Damn it.
I mean, aren't they planning on it?
They've made cheeky hints, but they haven't said anything.
Haven't said anything.
Yeah, haven't officially said anything, so it's all speculation. Like,
so hopefully.
Technically there's DLC with, like, the Christmas remixes of the boss tracks.
That was pretty neat, like, and that was a free update as well.
That was so cool. That was so cool. Shame the Switch still doesn't have it.
Oh, still?
Yeah, apparently, well, since I don't actually have my copy on the Switch, I don't know this for certain since I haven't checked it out, but I think from a Twitter post that they made, I think in January, it's like, hey, sorry we couldn't get this out in time. There was some complications with Nintendo and the online service. We'll try and get it out next Christmas. So...
Oh, shame.
Yeah, that's a massive shame, because those Christmas remixes are so good. It's so good.
It is a really good, like, remix.
It even changes, like, the boss room. Yeah, it even changes, like, the boss rooms to make it more Christmassy. It gives everyone, like, Christmas outfits and shit. Oh, yeah. It's so good. But, yeah.
Like, was it 10 reindeers?
Yeah, 10 turns into reindeers. But yeah, like Yinu's track and Tatiana's track are the most, like, the biggest glow ups, like, from that DLC. Oh my god, play No Straight Roads. It's so good.
If you haven't got any interest in the game, just listen to the music.
It's so good.
The music alone will sell you.
From the music alone, No Straight Roads is my game of the year for 2020.
Which is a shame that it didn't win Music Award in Switchaboo last year.
Yeah, it's criminal.
I know. I put it as my number one vote too.
I wish I was, like, here, like,
part of the team back then.
I wish I was part of the team back then, just so I could review No Straight Roads. Because
that's how I got into Switchaboo.
Because, goddamn, I could go on about that game for days. It's like, yeah, each one of our reviews is like, anywhere between, like, 600 to 1,000 words, sometimes more if the, like, game deserves it. I could easily write, like, probably 10,000 word essay on that.
The downside of the Switch version, though, is not as good as the PlayStation version.
Yeah, it's kind of riddled with bugs, unfortunately.
Yes, but that is from an indie team.
True.
And it is a really, like, fun game.
Yeah, it's a really fun game from a small indie team from Malaysia.
Yes.
When was the last time you heard about a game coming out from Malaysia?
No Straight Roads. That was the last time I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else you've been playing?
Other than that, I've been, like, continuing messing around with, like, Borderlands 2 and 3 and stuff. Like I mentioned last time on the podcast. Mainly just modding things, because, like, I talked about how disappointed I was as a Borderlands fan in Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Last time I went on a bit of a tirade. I found a mod that actually removes most of the gameplay nitpicks that I have with the game.
Ooh.
Yeah, like, the biggest thing is the anointment system is straight up just removed. It's just the best thing. Oh my god. It's so
much easier. And they just doubled down on the anointments in the DLC, didn't they?
For those of you who don't know, what the anointment system is when a gun drops from, like, an enemy or a chest or something in endgame, there's a chance it will roll what is called an anointment, which is basically a secondary, like, stat. And, like, it's triggered from certain things. So, like, on action skill and gain 80% extra radiation damage, or so on and so on. Which seems cool, but the whole end game is based around, like, it's balanced around having those anointments. And if you want, like, the best in slot stuff, what you're gonna have to do is, like, you know, farm for those weapons, which already can be a bit annoying, but nothing is more annoying than getting, you know, the perfect drop that you need for your build, only to see it doesn't have an anoint that works with the build. So you have to get rid of it and spend another couple hours farming. Again. It's the worst. Like, the thing is,
putting RNG elements on an RNG, like, already farming game, like, weapons,
it's awful. So the mod completely removes that system and rebalances, like, all the guns, so, like, to counteract the removal of the anointment system. Which, like, all in all, makes it more fun. Yeah, all in all, it's really cool. A really great mod. I'm still bored to tears with Borderlands 3, though.
Yeah, the story's not great.
Like, I'm specifically skipping the story and going immediately into the DLC, and I'm still bored. Like, the DLC is the best bit, and I'm still bored.
Yeah.
I wish Borderlands 3 was good. As someone who has spent, like... as someone who has spent, like, 7,000 hours in Borderlands 2, no
across
hyperbole.
every single console. The only one I think you haven't got is the Switch version.
There's the only versions of Borderlands 2 I don't own are the Vita version, because, yes, the game was on the Vita.
I thought you had a Vita.
Yeah, I had a Vita, but I didn't have that because it didn't come with all the DLC.
It was also terrible, wasn't it?
Yes, that too. I don't have the Vita version, the Xbox One version, and
because you don't have an Xbox One.
Yeah, because I don't have an Xbox One, and the Switch version. Those are the only versions I don't have.
Which is fair.
But yeah,
although I did see the Switch version went on like special, like $30 for the Legendary collection.
Yeah, like I totally get the Switch version, but the thing is, like, I already have it on PC already.
Yeah.
So I already have technically the best version we're going to get.
Especially as you can mod it.
Yeah. Though, you know, I can take it on the go because, you know, the Switch.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, for me, I have been playing Monster Hunter Rise.
Surprise.
I know. I didn't get to play much because I have just been flat out with work this week. But just normal grind, like, you know, get some stuff that I've been trying to get. Working through the old village quests that I didn't finish, like the ones that you just basically going through back doing quests that I didn't do. Yeah. Having fun with it. I am
super tempted to get Rise. Like, I keep mentioning this, but I'm burnt out as hell as with Monster Hunter. But boy, am I tempted. It's like,
it is
everyone
good
is
temptation to it.
Everyone is playing it, and I feel like I'm missing out.
So well made. Like, oh my god. And we're going to bring into it later, but there's more content coming out in like a couple of days, I think.
Fun. We'll get to that when we get around to the news docket.
Yes. But the other game I've been playing was Fez for Switchaboo.
Good old Fez. Good old Phil Fish.
This will probably be... my review will probably... Because I'm planning on doing it tomorrow. So this will probably come out afterwards. But, like, it's a well-made game. I will give it that. But there's a lot of problems that, you know, it's dated.
It was a game that was impressive for its time.
Yes. The thing. Like, it was a really, really cool premise.
Yeah, it was like, very impressive for an indie team at the time.
But there's just so much small stuff that I'd rather spend my time on.
Yeah. That and,
like, playing it, I was like, I want to play Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I just want to play Monster Hunter or Stardew Valley or... you know, something else.
I also reminded you that Phil Fish existed and that kind of sound things as well.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I talk about talk about more about Phil Fish for those of you who don't know, but we gotta keep
look him up.
Yeah, we gotta keep this podcast at least somewhat family friendly.
Just look him up. That's all we will say.
Oh, he's a interesting man.
Just the fact that Fez 2 got cancelled for functionally no reason.
Yeah. Wang, you guys won't shut up on Twitter. Fez 2 cancelled. Meh.
Now to our Patreon plug. Yes, I'm going to say it's a plug because it is a plug. $1 a month to get this podcast 2 to 3 days early. So please, that would be nice. Plus, you might get some little extra bits.
Possibly.
Possibly. We'll see how it goes. This goes towards supporting the website, paying our writers, which is me and Jake.
Yeah, we'd like to get paid, thank you.
Yes. And it keeps everything running. If we reach the $100 a month goal, we will make the podcast a weekly show. Which, that would be fun. So moving on to the news. We do actually have a bit to go through this fortnight.
Yeah, it's quite a bit on the docket.
So, to start us off, we have rumours of Sonic Colors being remade.
That's interesting. I never actually got to play Sonic Colors.
That was on the Wii U, wasn't it?
I think it was actually just the Wii.
Oh, speaking of Sonic on the Wii, Sonic and the 7 Rings.
7 rings in hand! God, that's all I remember of that thing. That one song that plays constantly.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Sonic Colors, hey, that's cool. While I haven't played it, I hear good things about it. Like, personally, I'm not a fan of the whole Wisp thing, like, carrying on from Colors. Personally, I wish there was just, like, its own contained thing instead of showing up in every Sonic thing past that. But hey, if there's a good Sonic game, of course they're gonna milk mechanics from it.
Yeah, and it did do pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was the Wii and DS.
That's right, yeah.
There was a second Sonic Colors, though, game. I swear there was a second one that came on the Wii U.
It might be. It might be.
I just remember the Wisps being on the Wii U.
Exactly. That's the annoying thing.
That's all I remember.
It's like, since the Wisps are in everything, it's hard to remember where they're from. The Wisps were the items in, like, Team Sonic Racing, for God's sake.
Oh my god.
Didn't
Team Sonic Racing not do well?
No, it didn't. Like, that could have been good, because, like, it was made by Sumo Digital, which is the same people that made the Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, which is fantastic. It is a fantastic game. But, like, clearly Sega didn't give them the budget to expand on, what they already built up with, the last two Sonic Racing games that they made. And it was just a lesser version of SNS All-Stars Transformed.
So apparently, Sonic Lost World is the Wii U one.
That's what it was. Lost World.
The cover looks very similar.
The one that everyone forgets.
And then Sonic Boom happened.
Yeah.
Shake things up.
Cartoon's okay.
Yeah, shake things up. We're gonna rotate for the news docket. So, do you want to take the next one? Seeing as you're a co-host.
Alright, cool. Full disclosure, I don't know who the hell Furukawa is.
I think that's the current president of Nintendo.
Let's see. There we go, okay. Yeah, Nintendo president, Shuntaro Furukawa. That's right, yeah. Okay. So yeah, Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa doubles down on working on established franchises whilst working on new IPs.
Which is always good.
Yeah, like... That is, just, like, kind of a fluff piece. It's like, hey, we're making games.
Yeah.
That's essentially what this is.
But it confirms that they're still working on new IPs.
Yeah, that's it's like...
Which Nintendo didn't do for a good chunk of time.
For a long time. Because, like, yeah, before ARMS...
Before Splatoon.
Yeah, before ARMS and Splatoon, what was the latest IP that Nintendo actually made? Was it Pikmin?
Yes, it was Pikmin.
I think it was Pikmin.
Back on the GameCube.
Yeah. So, like, 2 whole bloomin' console generations. Nothing.
Speaking of Pikmin, I completely forgot. I don't think it's actually on the docket. Pikmin and Niantic, because that was the last one we were talking about.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Yes. That is actually out for like beta testing in Australia at least.
Oh, that's cool.
I put myself in for it. Can't say much, but it's currently bare bones, so don't expect it for a little bit. But it's a neat. It's more cute than Pokemon Go kind of thing. It's more for like a spread peace and happiness.
Yeah, but like, while I haven't played much Pikmin, the franchise doesn't draw me in, unfortunately. But like, from what I know how Pikmin plays, I can't think of how that would work as a mobile game.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't translate it's more of a, hey, this is Pikmin in the game. It's not more of like Pikmin translated over to Pokemon
it's
Go
like it's a game that happens to have Pikmin in it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's more of like a walking, like, hey, this is what you can do while you walk.
You can pick up a Pikmin and find a bottle cap that is like 10 times the size of the Pikmin and be like, wow, isn't scale amazing?
We'll wait and see how it goes, but yeah. It was a neat, it's neat so far. I'll see how it is through the rest of the beta. So, Indie World happened recently.
It sure did.
There was a lot from that.
I was watching the whole thing. It's like, all right, what is Nintendo gonna? What kind of paperwork is Nintendo gonna show us? Because like, yeah, game presentations just like, before I started working at Switchaboo, it's like, oh, new video games. Like, now it's like, oh, work.
But yeah, I was quite interested with Ollie World.
Oh yeah, that Ollie
was pretty
World. One day I'll learn how to speak English. Yeah, that does look pretty cool. There are a few games that I really like, really stuck out for me. Aerial Knights.
You were into that.
Yeah, there was Aerial Knights Never Yield. That looked really cool.
And that
Aztec Forgotten Gods.
Aztec.
That, like, because I think it was like the head developer like was talking about the game before they actually showed off gameplay. Immediately I apologize, I don't remember his name, but he was talking about like he was a developer from Mexico. The second he said Mexico, I'm like, this is gonna be good.
So the studio is Lienzo.
Lienzo, right. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Mexico. I think it might be like their absolute fanatical love for Dragon Ball, but
yeah,
cool ass comes out of Mexico game developers.
Yeah,
and yeah, Aztec Forgotten Gods, no exception. This game looks amazing.
It looks really good.
Like Punch Girl with a giant ass like arm gauntlet that does like rocket punches with like rockets in the back so she can use it to fly and traverse around like a futuristic Aztec city. Oh, it looks so cool.
This game speaks to you in ways you never knew.
Punch Girl. That's all you had to say is Punch Girl and I'm down.
Punch Girl, but then you can also fly with a rocket fist. You're sorted.
Oh, it's
but yes,
like
Indie World was a good watch. I didn't get to watch it obviously live because I had work at 6 in the morning. I had to get up at 6 in the morning to get to work, and it was at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
here.
I think I was the only one who actually.
I think Alex watched it as well.
It was me, James, and Alex, I believe.
Yeah,
because I remember James was the one who was live tweeting everything on the Twitter end.
Yeah.
Yeah. But damn, like there was some actual like really, really cool games. Like we said, Aero Knights Neverland, Aztec Forgotten Gods.
That's also where Fez got announced and released at the same time.
The Ninja Turtles side scroller.
There is no game as well.
Yeah, there is no game, which we recently reviewed, right?
We did a Joy Play on the YouTube.
Right. Yeah. There was also Skull, the Hero Slayer. That was cool. It was like a roguelike where you play as the bad guy essentially.
Yeah, that
like
one
fighting
was
heroes.
Interesting.
That was cool. What else was there?
Where you swap your head for different powers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was the remake for the House of the Dead was announced as well. I did not expect that.
It was a jam-packed indie world.
It was really cool.
It just makes me interested to see what we get for E3.
Yeah.
Well, would you like to take the next one?
Alright. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania gets trademarked in Australia.
It's good to see Super Monkey Ball come back.
Yeah, about time, right? Like when, like,
and not just in Sonic Racing.
Yeah, seriously. When was the last time there was a Monkey Ball game?
3DS launch day.
I legit can't remember.
I'm pretty sure. Last one I remember was the 3DS launch day.
It was one on the 3DS. Wow, that's actually way more recent than I thought.
Launch title. There was Super Monkey Ball, Street Fighter 4. I'm sure there was more, but that's all I remember.
I forgot the 3DS had Street Fighter 4. Oh my god. Have you played that? Have you played the 3DS port of Street Fighter 4?
No.
So, to accentuate the fact that it's on a 3D console that doesn't need 3D glasses or anything, instead of having, the fight speed, a typical fighting game with, like, a guy on the left, guy on the right, it's, like, the Resident Evil camera, so it's, like, over the shoulder.
Oh, what?
it's the... Because... Yeah, I totally want to show
off the 3D.
I totally want to see
that is
Hadouken
so
come straight at me in 3D. It was unplayable. It was a mess.
So yes, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania has been trademarked, so expect that coming, most likely. And Takaya Imamura. I am butchering these names because I don't speak Japanese. He is a retired Nintendo employee. Has recently said F-Zero is not dead, but it's hard to bring back without a grand new idea.
Which is really sad because F-Zero doesn't need a brand new, like a big idea. It just needs to exist.
That is exactly what I was about to say. You don't need to bring in like this brand new grand idea. Just make a new F-Zero game.
It's something that bugs me about Nintendo when they develop games for like their big first-party franchises. Because like a lot of the time they don't actually,
Cries in Paper Mario fan.
Yeah, they don't expand upon like the base, like core concept of their gameplay. Instead, it's like, here's a cool, wacky thing.
Yeah, Christ and Paper Mario fan.
Like, I'm gonna talk about this again a little bit later in literally the next thing that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
We'll bring it up. That's a good segue. Let's bring up the next one.
To my amusement, sarcastically, Mario Kart 8 is the best-selling racing game in the US, including its Wii U sales.
Which is actually really impressive when you factor in, Need for Speed and all that as well.
Like, yeah, it's impressive, but as someone, like... okay, I shouldn't downplay how much of, like, a huge achievement this is. Good on Nintendo.
This is a really good achievement.
It's a fantastic achievement. It really is. It's just, as someone who thoroughly enjoys the kart racing genre, it saddens me that Mario Kart 8 is the best-selling racing game. Because it's so mediocre. It's like I was saying before, instead of like improving upon like the base concept of the game, they throw in wacky stuff. That's all Mario Kart 8 was. It's the same thing, watered down a little bit, but zero gravity mechanics.
And then you got Mario Kart Live.
It's the same thing, except it's a gacha that's hungry for your wallet.
No, that's Mario Kart Tour. Mario Kart Live's the toy.
Oh, right! I forgot about the toy! I forgot about the toy! Just make Mario Kart 9, please.
God. It would actually be nice to have that, but at this point, I don't think it's coming to the Switch.
No.
Especially with the fact that Mario Kart 8 is selling like gangbusters.
Yeah. Like, I'd actually love to see, like, a Mario Kart 9, despite, me saying all I say about Mario Kart 8. Mainly because I'd like to see the tracks from Mario Kart Tour, like the new ones that were added to that, actually imported into Mario Kart 9.
Like mainly the Sydney track?
Yeah, mainly because, like, some of those tracks are really good, but are borderline unplayable with, like, a mobile control setup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, a couple of weeks ago, there was this track based on, like, feudal Japan and had, like...
that sounds cool.
Yeah, and had, like, Shy Guy ninjas infiltrating the place, throwing shurikens everywhere. It's like, it's really cool! I can't do basic turns with this damn mobile phone, though.
And then we have, what was it, the Sydney track where Shy Guys are throwing rubbish out the window.
Yeah, good to know that Nintendo knows how much of a dumpster fire Sydney is. They clearly did their research.
Just to call out Sydney here.
I'm sorry, everyone from Sydney who is listening.
But you're not.
No, I'm not.
Following on, though, we have the Great Ace Attorney Collection is coming July 27th. So we finally have a confirmed Western date.
Oh, great. I actually forgot about this.
Yeah, so this is the Ace Attorney games where it's based in the past, kind of like Sherlock Holmes times.
Oh, right.
So it's like Phoenix's ancestor, I think it is.
Yeah, this was only in Japan for the longest time,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
Japan only on the 3DS, I'm pretty sure.
Dang.
So this is going to be a good one to finally get, which hopefully, if it sells well, we get a Miles Worth Investigations collection.
That would be cool. Like, as someone who, like, only just recently, like, tried to get into Ace Attorney, yeah, I'd like to see, like, Ace Attorney be more popular here. It's cool.
It is really good. And, like, the story, like, just like the story.
And the wacky characters that make you groan, but you love them regardless.
Yes. Now, here's the question about Great Ace Attorney. How much blunt force trauma to the head is going to happen?
There's only going to be blunt force trauma.
Like, you played the first 2 cases in the first game, didn't you? And then it's like,
blunt
force trauma with the same weapon.
It's all it is, just blunt force trauma.
And I'm pretty sure the case after that is also blunt force trauma.
Of course.
There's a reason why it's a joke. Is that's the only way people die is blunt force trauma to the head.
I'm guessing because it's a Japanese game, therefore, like, it's technically set in Japan, and, like, guns are difficult to
they do actually have guns, gun cases in this.
Yeah,
but yes.
They
do a lot of blunt force trauma.
Blunt force trauma would make more sense in that kind of setting.
So moving on.
Alright, next one up. The Super Luigi Lego Starter Course comes out August 1st. Not gonna lie, I completely forgot about Lego Mario.
So I haven't forgotten, because I've got someone who keeps asking for it.
Of course you do.
It is very expensive. Like, it's
like Lego
$90 for the starter set.
90? Wow.
So I think it's like $80 or $90. But it does look kind of neat.
Like, what does this do outside of introduce Luigi that the other sets don't?
Well, you can play as Luigi instead of Mario, that's it. I think it'll probably have, like, you know, a course thing that isn't in any of the other spots, but...
Nice. Totally worth the $90.
Yeah.
100%
that's the one thing is,
it.
you can't buy any of the Mario sets without having Mario first. And that's where I'm like, you know, sometimes they go on like a 30% off at the shops. I'm like, oh, I might grab this. I'm like, no, can't because you don't have Mario. And
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez. It's
very expensive.
Like, yeah,
Lego.
Lego's already expensive enough, especially if you're, you know, an adult collector, because they have, you know, like adult collecting sets that go for hundreds. But like this is made for kids. This is specifically made for kids, and it's like it's the price of a new game.
And that's just to get the starter set. There's the Bowser set, which is like $120. And you can't get that without getting Mario set first. So functionally, it is like, you know, a $200 set.
That's all
that
I
broke
can
your
say.
brain.
that broke me.
Yeah,
like I'm a crazy person who spends a lot of money on dumb stuff. I say as I'm waiting for more Yu-Gi-Oh cards to come in the mail and Transformers figures, but like come on, that's too much even for someone like me who has like near limitless like disposable income.
Yeah, it is a lot, and that's why I don't think it sells very well.
Yeah.
But moving on, this is a neat one that I found. Australia Post are releasing a set of Pokemon stamps.
Wait, really?
Yes.
What? Please tell me there is, like, you know, the 800 and something, like, Pokemon, and you have to collect all, like, 800 and something stamps. Please tell me.
If they did, that would be really cool.
That would actually be pretty dope.
But I think it's mostly just Pikachu to celebrate the 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there is a few. There's Mew. There's
yeah.
Bulbasaur. There's Ash.
Yeah, I'm reading here. Stamps featuring Ash, Pikachu, Squirrel? Alright, that's a typo. Eevee, Butterfree, Togepi, Grookey, Lucario, and others. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Squirtle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
They straight up just wrote up Squirrel.
Yeah.
Nice job, Daniel of Vooks.
Just to call you out. Oh,
that's gonna
imagine if
cut.
he actually listens to the podcast.
That's gonna get cut.
Or is it?
I'll find out.
But yeah, that's actually pretty neat. It'd be neat if they did like every Pokemon. And you had to like, you know.
I actually love this because like my dad collects stamps. He has been ever since like I was born. It's kind of become like a thing for him. It's like, oh, here's all the stamps that came out since my son was born. He hates Pokemon.
Next one's yours.
Next one is mine. Nintendo has partnered with Fujifilm with their line of Instax mini link printers to use the QR code from the Switch to print Polaroids?
Yes.
Not gonna lie, I barely understood half of what that sentence was.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward, but basically, the way you can export photos on your Switch using a QR code that you scan. This will allow you to actually print those pictures.
Oh, okay.
So, and this is coming out in time with Pokemon Snap, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's perfect.
And...
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Oh, yeah, I'll take those. And, like, it reminds me of back... Like, we never had it. but I think it was in Blockbuster
the
in America.
Blockbuster like photo printer things.
Yeah, you put in your cartridge and you could print out your actual like in-game pictures.
Yeah, we didn't have that here in Australia. Oh yeah, I'm looking at pictures here. Yeah, there's a version of this printer that is just shaped like Pikachu. Yeah.
But yeah, like it's really cool. And like you can get some really cool like images on just the Switch.
Yeah, like you can put like little filters and stuff on it. I'm looking at this one. It has the little craft thing that you sit in for Pokemon Snap, and it has like a Dedenne just sleeping in the seat. Oh, that's adorable.
That's actually really cute.
That's adorable.
And then you can get some really cool ones with Monster Hunter as well.
Take pictures of the murder you just commit.
Like, was it the clip I put in the group of Rajang?
Oh yeah,
with his freaking like laser beam and just going over my head.
Yeah, that's
that was stressful.
Perfect for an audio podcast.
Yeah. That was stressful. I don't know how to pronounce that.
It's pronounced Ys or Ys. I think it's Ys.
Ys 9.
I've heard it being pronounced Ys. So yeah, Ys 9 Monstrum Nox coming to the Switch in July. So
let's have a quick
look Ys at this. Is one of those franchises that I hear a lot of good things about, but it's like Ys 9. It's a little hard to get into a franchise when 9 games.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons why Monster Hunter 5 is known as Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, please tell me.
Because numbers are daunting.
Yeah, please tell me that the Ys franchise works on Final Fantasy rules where the number doesn't mean anything.
I have no idea. I've never played it.
I hope so, because yeah, I've heard good things about this franchise. I've been meaning to pick it up for a while.
Like it's Final Fantasy rules from the looks of it. I don't know a lot, but it looks neat, actually.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like Fire Emblem characters from the image. More anime.
yeah. It's like, what do you mean by Fire Emblem? Do you just mean anime? Then I look at the art and it has all the people jumping from the top right hand corner down to the bottom left hand corner like Awakenings. Like, okay.
Also, lots of
I see what you mean. Yeah, and a lot of swords. Hold on. Is that a woman with long pink hair and a giant battle axe? Excuse me?
You're getting this game now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm totally gonna get this game.
It's July 16 in Oceania, so either we will get a American code for July 6th, a Europe code for July 9th, or we'll just get an Australian code for July 16th if you put your name down for it.
As you can tell, I have a type.
And you're putting it forward in the podcast.
Yeah, it's like, damn, girl. Split me in half with that thing.
Well, that leaves the last thing on the news ticket to me, which is the Monster Hunter digital event happening April 27th, which will have happened by the time this goes live. But
it's the 25th today.
Dating the podcast, we are recording on the 25th.
Right, so
this event is Monster Hunter Stories 2 and Rise. More information.
Not gonna lie, every time Stories gets mentioned, I'm like, oh right, that exists.
Yeah, but it is probably going to tie into the release of content with Rise, from what I reckon, because it was said we'd get more content at the end of April. This is the 27th, and it's
that's
it
totally
times
going
in
to happen
really well. It will either be, a couple of days after or directly at the end of this thing, which is when it will be, most likely. And we'll get Camilos, Monster, Apex Rathalos. Yeah, Apex Rathalos and a few more. That's what they've announced so far.
Right.
So Camilos is the chameleon that turns invisible in the middle of the battle.
Boy, that sounds like fun.
Apparently it is actually a really fun fight because it's, it's different. Because it's a pre-established monster.
It's just a chameleon fight from Kingdom Hearts 1. That's all I can think of. Just like looking at this thing. It might as well be.
And then Apex Rathalos will be one of the Rampage monsters. And that looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
That is really fun when you have a party of 4.
That's the tower defense.
That is genuinely really fun for a party of 4. If you get a group of 4 friends and do that, that would be just great fun for a stream.
Yeah. Subtle hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I mean, we could eventually set up that Switchaboo stream.
We could.
We already have 2 people with it in the in our group of writers.
Yeah. And as I've been saying, I might get it.
You are quite tempted to.
I'm tempted. Literally everyone is playing it. Everyone I know. I go on YouTube. Half of my subscriptions are just bloody Monster Hunter Rise streams.
A bunch of YouTube, Twitch streams as well. Because isn't there a couple of VTubers streaming it as well?
Pretty much the entirety of Hololive is streaming it at the moment.
Oh, I just remember, was it Ina was streaming it? Man. Hang on. Wasn't there someone that was like, oh, I'm not going to stream Monster Hunter because they play a certain weapon and they didn't want people to know what weapon it was or something? I can't remember.
I can't wait for Alex to bring out this episode and expose us as VTubing living arseholes.
It was okay. Last year was hard not to come across it.
Anime girls are real now. I'm allowed to freak out about this.
And by your influence, I got dragged into it.
Yeah, it's entirely my own fault. Dude, I'm in there hard.
Yeah, you're in there. You've gone deep. You've gone for the deep dive. You've swan dive into the hole.
Yeah. Sure did.
But that's enough about VTubers as we move on to the indie roundup. So these are some games that don't get quite the attention that, your big name games like Monster Hunter get. Seeing as we were just talking about it. But they might be something worth keeping your eye on. So first we have Recnum Cherry Dreamland, which I'm going to have a quick look.
Now, what is that?
Cherry Dreamland. And so, that is the old, art style, cartoon art style.
Oh, yeah, it is called Rubber Hose.
Yeah.
It is called the Rubber Hose style animation.
Yeah. Kind of has that Cuphead style, but it's more of an 2D platformer. That's the one.
Yeah, it's 2D platformer and it's in grayscale.
Yeah. So that releases on the 29th of April. It actually looks pretty neat. And also on the 29th of April, we have Battle Axe.
The most difficult game to Google.
Yeah, so if you want to look up this game, look up Battle Axe Switch or video game, because...
Yeah, Battle Axe game
as a D&D nerd, first thing that came up was Battle Axe 5e. But looking at it, just a quick couple screenshots, kind of reminds me of Dragon's Crown. but in a more pixel form.
The pixel art specifically. This is going to be incredibly obscure, but the art style specifically looks like young Merlin for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that is very obscure.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, so on the 5th of May, we have Dull Grey coming out. This is a visual novel that actually has won awards. Huh.
Art. That's all I have to say about this.
It's what if you like those kinds of games that are more.
If you're someone who enjoys stories, you will probably like.
I like story in my game, but I don't like the story games like this. I like you being in the story kind of thing, not like being like, oh, hey, here's the story.
Yeah, it just looks like an interactive book.
In saying that, though, Phoenix Wright is an interactive book. But that is just...
What are these... Yeah, but what are these awards that it's won? The picture is so small, I gotta zoom in. Best use of multimedia... the Best Use of Multimedia Awards of 2019. The Most Innovative Game... Most Innovative Game from the Games Cup 2019.
And then we also have on the, I think it was the 6th of May, Skate City.
Ooh, Skate.
From what I looked, this is also a mobile game and on the Epic Game Store.
Oh, this thing. All I've seen. Oh, this is going to be terrible. The only thing I've seen from this game is one clip of a guy trying to land a very basic trick, only for the physics to freak out, and he launches 100 feet in the air.
Oh, but this looks more like an open world, kind of just a chill version of Tony Hawk's.
Yeah, it's more of a atmospheric skating game, which is something I never thought I'd ever hear anyone say ever, and I was the one who said it.
It even lets you do, from what I can see, it lets you in-game record using even fisheye lens and stuff, like they do recording people on skateboards.
Yeah, fisheye lens!
They use that a lot in those videos from Tony Hawk's. They always use the fisheye lens.
Make a skating video with a fisheye lens.
Always the fisheye lens. So that's it for the indie roundup. Next up, we have our Patreon question, which this is not just for Patreons. It's open to on our Discord, on all our socials, but the $1 Patreons will always get priority. So if we get enough questions overall, we will actually extend this to more than one question most often, I'd say. But we need to get more questions, so feel free to put in any question, like this one. Hello, you like amusement parks? That is by @MikeAdventures_. So, Jake, do you like amusement parks?
I will answer that by saying I'm agoraphobic.
Yeah. So that's a big fat no.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate.
But if you could go to an amusement park and there was no one there, you'd probably enjoy it.
But that's
There's always people there.
Amusement parks need people to be there.
I know. Really? That's where you book it out for the whole day.
Yeah.
Was it Haru in Persona 5?
Oh, yeah, and, that was the best day ever.
Oh. Play Persona 5 if you want to know why. But, yeah, amusement parks are, just a good bit of fun. So I do like them. I'm not go out thrill seeker, have fun with it, but it's a good time.
I can see why people like amusement parks and why they're so huge and all that. It does seem fun. Just personally, with my mental problems,
also
just literally being afraid to step out of the house.
Also, in Adelaide, we don't have an amusement park.
No,
we need
really
to catch a plane to get to the closest amusement park. And the big ones are, in the Sunshine Coast, which is your three big, Movie World, Wet n Wild, and Dream World, and SeaWorld. Yeah, SeaWorld. I forgot about SeaWorld.
SeaWorld.
Yeah,
I went to all three of those when I was real young, 11, 12, and all that.
I think it is
had a cold.
The Australians rite of passage go to Sunshine Coast at least once. That's every Australian kid goes to Sunshine Coast at least once, I swear. But yeah, amusement parks are good fun.
I have been to amusement parks when I was young, but I had a cold at the time and gave the cold to everyone else. It was miserable.
That happened when I went to America. Everyone but my mum got sick, and I got sick in California when we were there for Disney World. I got to go a little bit, but I had one day where I stayed there. The one thing I always remember is there was a huge slushy cup, like a 2-liter slushy cup, and it had a Pokemon sticker on it, and that was just full of slushy for while I got there. That was at a 7-Eleven or something.
This was worth the trip.
Oh, I spent all my spending money.
The sticker on the cup was worth the trip. I spent
all my spending money in the Pokemon Center in New York. Yeah.
Of course you did. You Pokemon nerd.
Hey, I was 11 at the time.
You Pokemon
and Ruby
nerd.
and Sapphire had just came out.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it for you.
Yeah. And the worst part was they were airing for the first time the Deoxys movie the day I left America. The day. I was like, no, I missed it. Because they kept advertising it on the TVs. It's watch the Deoxys movie. I'm like, no, but we leave that day.
Oh, something like that happened to me when I was a kid. With the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
Oh my god, the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
Because I was meant to go see it with my cousin, but the same day, my grandparents showed up, and they, my grandparents travel all around Australia, so I only get to see them once a year or so. Yeah, they showed up, and I thought, oh hey, I'd like to go with them for next couple of weeks to see the country and all that, and just completely forgetting about the movie. And it wasn't until the next day I'm like, oh, I was supposed to go see the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
You missed out on that exclusive
card. I'm not
card.
gonna get the cards. I'm not gonna get the cards that come with the tickets. No. And where were we at the time when I remember that? We were in Mount Gambier. No, Bordertown. We were in Bordertown at the time. And we went searching around all the movie theaters that were there, since Bordertown's a small place.
This is
the movie theaters don't get the
on the border of South Australia and Victoria. There's nothing
so
there.
It's pretty small. There's nothing there. So we went to all the movie theaters, and by all I mean all 2 of them. And we're asking, do you have the Yu-Gi-Oh movie?
What's a Yu-Gi-Oh?
No. All they had was the 2 biggest movies that happened to be airing at the time, which. Yeah.
You might have got it in Mount Gambier, but
Yeah. So when I eventually went back, which was like a week or two later, I think, out of the theaters. So I completely missed my chance.
Man. That is disappointing.
Thing that annoyed me, though, the thing that annoyed me is, like, my cousin still went, and he got 2 of those packs.
He didn't give you one.
Somehow, he didn't give me one. One of them was Blue Eyes Shining White Dragon. You know, the one that everyone wanted, despite, you know, it actually being a really bad card.
It was not a good card. it was Blue Eyes, but shiny.
Fun fact. Fun Yu-Gi-Oh! Fact for this Nintendo podcast. That card couldn't be summoned, like, at all, by the when the time it came out, because Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon was not printed in English.
Oh my god.
It was literally an unplayable card.
Oh my god. That is so bad.
Yep. There's your Yu-Gi-Oh! Fun fact by the one guy who happens to like children's card games.
On motorcycles.
On motorcycles.
I had to do it. But now on to everyone's favourite segment of the podcast. Name that game. You're used to it at this point. But for those who don't know, you're given 10 clues. So from clues 1 to 5, you get 2 guesses. 6 to 9, you get another 2 guesses. And at question 10, you get your final guess. You also get a yes/no question, or a Switchaboo lifeline, which has to be taken after the yes/no question. And you can swap any of these lifelines for another guess. Now, this week's Switchaboo lifeline is again Alex, because it was last minute, and
picked by picked by Alex. Which, going by the lifeline he was going to give me last week, I'm probably not going to get.
Actually, it was good this one.
I'll take your word for it.
I heard it. Now, this is another one chosen by Jace. I've got one more after this that is also chosen by Jace, but we're going to do that for the next one. But we shall start. So, released December 17th, 2017 on the Switch.
Okay, so holiday title.
So the first year of the Switch it came out.
Oh, first year. Yeah. Okay.
It scored a 75% on Metacritic.
So it did okay.
It was released on PS4, Xbox One, and PC as well as the Switch.
That's not what I was thinking of. My brain automatically goes to, like, Switch exclusive games. Okay.
Was initially set to release on the Wii U, not the Switch.
No. I had it and like, wait, that's Nintendo first party.
What were you going to say? I won't count this as a guess, but...
yeah, I was going to say Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's also on Wii U and...
Yeah. And I'll give you number 5. It is a puzzle platformer. So 1 to 5 is always a bit more vague.
I have no clue because I just don't pay attention to puzzle platformers.
That is fair. Do you just want to throw 2 guesses in the wind?
Puzzle
Otherwise you lose them.
Platformer. Yeah, my mind is drawing a blank. I can't think of, like, literally any name. I'm bad at this game, man. I'm so bad at it.
I'll let you choose if you want to throw the guesses away or, like, just take some random guesses.
I'm gonna throw them away. I am gonna throw them away because I literally can't think of anything. My head is empty.
So I'll take it a bit slower and actually put gaps in between the hints now, so you can do your lifelines if you want. The game focuses on 2 main characters. Would you like me to move on number 7?
I want to make a guess, but I don't know if it's actually on the Switch or not. If it's a... No, that wouldn't technically count as a puzzle platformer, though.
What's your guess?
Oh, my guess was A Way Out.
No, it's not.
No, that... Because that game has, like, combat and shooting.
I'll
That's
give
not
you...
a puzzle platformer.
Your 2 throwaways, I'll give you that one. That was your 2 throwaway one. So you still have 2.
Okay.
I'll be nice. So do you want me to move on to the next one? Or do you want to use a lifeline?
Next one, please.
Includes an appearance by Shovel Knight.
Oh boy, my favorite.
The game that broke you.
Yeah.
That's a story for a later date.
That's a story only we know. Because no one watched my Let's Play channel. Okay, so puzzle platformer that had Shovel Knight in it.
There is an appearance by Shovel Knight, correct.
That's the thing, Shovel Knight has crossed over in so many indie things, it doesn't really narrow it down. What was a puzzle platformer that had Shovel Knight in it?
Alex is probably screaming at you right now because he would have gotten it.
Yeah, of course he would. He's the one who made
No, this is mine.
Oh, yours.
Like I said, this was chosen by Jace.
He started off saying, hey, Alex picked this.
I thought I said Jace picked it. I said Alex gave me the lifeline.
You said Alex and then you said Jace.
Oh, I picked this one. This is mine that Jace held. Right. Jace chose a game on my Switch again.
Okay. Yeah, no idea. No idea.
It is a Kickstarter-funded game.
Well, yeah, I kind of assumed that.
I mean, not all indie titles are Kickstarter-funded games.
Yeah, but, like, it feels like every indie game that has had a Kickstarter has had, like, a cameo with Shovel Knight.
Probably true. Do you want to use a lifeline at any point?
Yeah, use a lifeline.
So you got your yes-no question first.
I literally can't think of anything that I could use for a yes-no question. This literally is my least favorite section of the podcast, not gonna lie.
To be fair, you've done it twice by yourself at this point. It makes it a bit hard.
Yeah, I know. I hate it.
But it's everybody's favorite.
I'm so bad at these games. I'm the absolute worst at trying to guess things. Is it something that has been reviewed on the site?
No. But, asterisk, there has been a lot about the sequel / articles written about this game as well.
Hollow Knight.
It's not Hollow Knight.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Do you want to do the other Switchaboo lifeline at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got
provided by Alex. Here we go.
All things considered, it may not have been everything I wanted it to be, but after waiting about 20 years, it was pretty damn good.
So it's a sequel to something that raises more questions. This is what I was saying before.
So, I'll give you 9, and and we'll stop there and let you it has a strong influence from the N64 days.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, now I got its ukulele. God damn it. It's literally everything else, didn't get anything. It's 64. Okay, if it's 64 and something that Alex likes, it's probably got something to do with banjo ukulele.
Yeah. And number 10 is where you would have gotten it. All I wrote was Grant Kirkhope.
Yeah. If you said that the first time, I was like, okay, it could either be ukulele, Banjo-Kazooie, GoldenEye, or Conker's Bad Fur Day, or whatever.
So, I initially wrote this one because I would assume Alex would have been on. I was like, let him get it easy. I was like, let's see how far I can go with one of his favorite games, inspiration from it. But yeah, 10. I just went Grant Kirkhope. Gotta have that in.
Yeah.
So yes, that is ukulele as I name that game this time.
Oh boy!
So because you actually did get it,
this segment gets more and more fun every time we do it. I love it.
Well, I've got one more that I have pre-made, but who knows? Maybe you actually have help next time.
Let's hope so.
But
me brain big empty.
But big empty brain. How would you like to plug yourself today?
I'd not like to plug myself, to be honest. Because, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, I'd rather not,
I mean, you can just plug your Twitter.
Myself. But my Twitter is dumb. My Twitter has me retweeting memes and saying that I'm going live for a stream.
And a bunch of VTubers.
Yeah.
Which you can find at Jackson15.
It's not worth it. My Twitter isn't worth plugging.
But if you want to, that's where you can find it. But you can also find Switchaboo on Discord. The discord.gg/TJH, sorry, GNUVY on Facebook /Switchaboo, at Switchaboo News on Twitter, at Switchaboo on Instagram, and /Switchaboo on our Patreon if you want to help support us. Was there anything else you would like to add to the podcast today, Jake, before we head off?
Once again, I'd like to say I hope I don't have to do a name that game by myself again.
Hopefully.
That's all I'll add.
To leave us today, we have Lightyears Away by James Patzmann from his game Sokodice. And you can find him at the 5th busy... Okay, I'm just going to read it out. The 5th FIFTHBUSINE1 on Twitter. Thank you for coming, and that was the Switchaboo podcast. Farewell.
Thank you guys. See ya.